Hi, Weslaco ISD. I am creating this video in response to many teachers reaching out that students need that marking up the test experience that they usually do, when they have paper pencil when we're in person. And so I am extending to you two extensions that can be downloaded onto district laptops or Chromebooks for students to use. So the first one you'll see here is the Paint on Tab tool. You can simply copy and paste the link into your Google Classroom. Students would just click here and hit add extension. The same thing, Web Paint is the second one that we'll look at, and they can add that as well. Once it's added as an extension, in their browser bar toward the top, there's this puzzle piece that says extensions. All they need to do is find the extension that they just downloaded and pin it to their toolbar so they have easy access. So you'll see here I've got Paint on Tab, and I also have Web Paint. Students don't need both, they just need one, but I want to provide for you both options to choose from. So when they go in to take a test on Aware, and I'm showing a student view of a test here, all they need to do is click on either one of those. So I'm going to start off by showing you the Paint on Tab tool, and I'm going to just move this to a better location. And so if I'm taking this test and I'm a student, I can click on the pencil so I can mark it up as if I had a pencil in hand. So this one says, what is the total number of? So I'm looking at total. I know I need to add, and I'm looking at protons, neutrons, and electrons of cadmium. And I know its atomic mass is 112. So then I could write. So I know I need the total of protons. So I'm going to have protons, of neutrons, and of electrons of cadmium. So I'm going to come over to my periodic table. I know that cadmium is atomic number 48, and the atomic number is equivalent to my protons. So I've got 48. My electrons should equal my protons if it's a neutral atom. It doesn't say it is not otherwise, so I assume it's a neutral atom, the same number of positive subatomic particles as negative. So to find my number of neutrons, I simply need to take my mass of 112, subtract the number of protons, and I'll be left with my number of neutrons. So here, I'd like to show you, if I want to interact with the screen itself, I come back down and I hit this pointer tool. It says cursor to interact with the web page. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click my calculator tool, because this is an 8th grade, 6th and 8th grade are allowed to use calculators. So I'm going to do 112 minus 48, and I have 64. So I'm going to go back and write 64. I know next that I need to add these up to get the sum. So again, I have to click that pointer, my calculator, and I'm going to go ahead and add those. We've got 48 plus 48 plus 64. Oop, and you can't hit the enter button. I've got 160. So I would put that in here. Alrighty. Then I'm going to go ahead and click to my next question. You'll notice when I go to my next question, I still have the same markings here. So I'm actually going to go back to show one more feature. Let's say if my teacher says that they want to see me marking up the text, all I have to do is hit this camera button, and I'm going to hit copy to clipboard. It's going to tell me to right click and hit copy image, and then I can paste that to a document that I'll submit to my teacher once I'm done testing. I'm going to come on back to my test here. I'm going to exit out of that copy I made and go back to the test. Now when I go to my next question, I have to hit this delete button or erase all to start new. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other feature now. So that was our Paint on Tab extension. I'm going to show you our Web Paint. You're going to see they have a lot of the similar functions that just look slightly different. So here again, I have my pencil. I have a lot of the same tools. I can do a text box just like in the other one, and I can type what I want here, or I can choose to do the written here so I can mark it up however I'd like. Also, it has the erase feature that you would have and the camera feature that I just showed you on the other one. So again, I'm going to mark up this test. I'm not going to go too much into this question this time, but I do want to just show you Here, my question says, based on the information in the table, which conclusion about the chemical reactivity? So if I'm marking this up, I know chemical reactivity is based on the number of valence electrons. So looking here, I've got boron is the most reactive because it has the most protons. I know that's not part of it. Gallium is most reactive because it has the many more neutrons than protons. Nope, still not talking about valence electrons. Fluorine is the most reactive because it has 7 electrons in the outer shell. That is what I'm looking for, but let's read them all. Silicon is the most reactive because it has an equal number of protons and neutrons. Again, protons and neutrons don't have to do with reactivity. So again, for me to go through and interact with the test itself, I have to click this pointer or cursor tool. And in case you didn't know, students can go ahead and they can cross off questions that they see as incorrect here. They don't need these extensions to do that. That's part of the AWARE system. And then they can go in and highlight what is the correct answer. Again, I would take my screenshot just like the other. So copy to clipboard. I'm going to right click, copy image, and then I'm going to come and paste by hitting Control V on my Word document. I will go ahead and go back to that test and exit out. So let's come back. I would go on to question number 3. Again, when I go to a new question, I have to erase. So on this extension, we've got erase all, and I can start marking up again. So that's how to use those 2 extensions. When you're using the AWARE system, students can use this on a lot of other features, not just on AWARE, but pretty much anything that they're using on the web to mark up and take screenshots to share. So these are 2 tools that you can use. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My name is Claudia Martinez. I'm the Kinder through 12th grade science strategist. Thank y'all and have a great day.